to approve the minutes of the September 4th, 2024 meeting.
Second. All in favor? Liaison update, Tom?
Town administrator.
Town administrator weekly update, I'm sorry.
Just a few things to go over with you. First is to let you know that the road committee is meeting on Tuesday, September 24th. That's next Tuesday. They have 2 Article 43 requests in front of them, one for Eagle Road and one for Lakeside. There's about $4,500 left in there. They're aware of that. The road committees are aware of that.
And the amounts, do you know the amounts?
They're for $3,000 each.
So 6,000, so we're short on money on that.
So if anything, they may, they're hoping, well, one of my road committees, one of the roads is hoping they'll split it, at least, do due diligence and look at the invoices, but they would like you there if possible.
Okay.
The Sebago Tech has started the survey, so you might have seen them out here, but they've been out here surveying, and we'll let you know as soon as we get those results. You're gonna see over the next couple of days, a public hearing for general assistance. Every October, we're required to have a public hearing to adopt the state's minimum and maximum, so we'll get that scheduled for probably about 2 weeks out. Next is just to let you know that I attended a voter registration and Title 21A training in Portland last week for the upcoming election. Robin notified me that the brush removal has begun at the transfer station, and they expect to be done as early as next week, so I'll let him update you a little more as he comes up. And that's all I have.
Liaison updates, Tom?
Spent some time today with the auditors. They've been in doing their field work. I think it's about 3 days in total they're planning to be here. And so the staff has provided a list of all the things they want. Those have been provided, as I understand it. So they have all the material. I spent some time talking with them. Everything looks in good shape. They didn't have any issues so far. I don't quite frankly expect any. And hopefully we'll get through this quickly.
Okay. Ed?
Sure. Nothing new on the transfer station, nothing new on animal control. Mary Grant, I was just trying to look back to see, they had a meeting last week ago, Saturday, and they scheduled the pumpkin carving, which I can't remember the date.
October 4th, 5th, 6th, somewhere.
It's the 5th
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's a Saturday,
So
so,
it's the 5th.
yeah, that's October 5th. So they're hoping to have a great turnout for it. They've got a lot of good things that they've put together for it. They're gonna have a whole truckload of pumpkins and looking for a lot of kids to come out and have a good time. And that's about all I got.
Okay, Dan?
I worked with the Forestry Committee and with Dan to get their information up on the website, so the goals, the members, information, all that stuff is officially up on the town website. They had a meeting on September 10th, which I also attended, talking about kind of new things they're going to work on. I also was able to reach out and schedule an interview, a potential member who's interested in joining the committee, who that will be later on down on the agenda for an appointment. For the Recreation Committee, I reached out to some potential candidates for the rec director. Last week I attended the first week of soccer practices on Tuesday and Thursday just to help out with giving out uniforms and also if there's any questions or concerns. Last night I attended they had a competitive cheer night with, they had Coach Raymond come and kind of give information for those interested, so I attended that. Hope and John have been doing just an amazing job getting everything organized and ready. And I also sent out a reminder to those members who are already appointed who have not been sworn in to the committee to come in and be sworn in so they can officially be members of the committee. Earlier this week I sent just an email check-in with Fire Chief Ham just to see if they needed help with anything. Also I worked on just some other website updates that I saw on the website while I was working with the Conservation Committee.
Okay. Roads and Road Committee. We have a meeting next Tuesday. Don't have any updates on the municipal as of right now. So I guess we'll move down to department head committee chair.
Skip John.
You want to do one more?
Oh, I thought I did, John. I'm sorry, John.
That's okay. So the school department had their first official meeting last Thursday, and I went, and they went over their agenda and met the new principal, and for the new members of the school, 3 teachers and the IT guy. Planning board meets tomorrow, and the cemetery committee hasn't met, but I met with a candidate for a position on the committee last week. Talk about that later.
Nice.
That's it.
Okay, I already, now we're gonna go to department head committee chair dates.
As you've already been heard from the town administrator that the Triplett people are there, they moved in yesterday afternoon. They got probably more than half of it done already.
How long have they been there?
Huh?
How long have they been there?
Since yesterday afternoon.
Oh,
If everything goes well, they're expecting to be out of there by Monday or Tuesday morning at the latest, if everything goes well.
nice.
Just a little bit of information that I've kind of put together. From 7/1/2020 to 9/5/24, my department has brought in $151,806.65
In recycling.
in recycling and the metal that I'm taking in now and everything. So we're roughly about $1,000 a week that we're bringing in, that department's bringing in.
What were you guys, what was last year? Was it?
This is for the three years. I don't know, I didn't break it down into
Okay,
the year. This is 3 years worth.
3 years worth, okay, yeah, okay,
Yeah, 1 year before I got there and the
Yeah.
2 years I've been there.
okay, that's good.
So yeah, that's just some informational. And
We appreciate it.
I think that's it.
Thank you, Robin.
Any more department heads? No? Okay. Old business, skid steer bid.
So you have gotten them all, you've reviewed them, I think you went to visit, and that's where we left off. Went to visit the top, the low bidder,
We
you
did.
said?
We did. Dave and I went to MV Tractor in Summersworth. We tried out the Kubota that they put in their bid. We were both happy with it. It's got some good features.
So they were at 55,319, so they were 5,000 next, lowest to the next
Yep.
bidder.
Yep. I called Robin also to see if he wanted to go on a field trip up with us. He was busy that day, so his exact words were, he trusts us and we'll run whatever we give him. So, that's right, Robin?
Correct.
That's what it's, okay.
No,
So, 'cause I mean, we took a lot into consideration when we looked at it and tried it.
Yes, roomy, what I think what impressed me the most about it is when I opened up the engine department, how it was simplified. It's very easy to maintain.
Service on it's gonna be really easy.
Yeah, like.
The other good feature too, which David I think has alluded to before, most skid steers have a swing open door. The swing open door is right where the arms go up. So if you're in the machine with the arms up, you go to get out, you can't. You know, so if you needed to get out for whatever. This one, the door is like an excavator. You unhook it and it goes right up over your head. So it's wide open in the front. The door doesn't need to be down to operate it, so you can get in and out of it with it running if you have to.
And if you're pushing up brush, you can put that up so you don't break it, you know?
Right, right.
So with the other ones you can't, because if you
Yep.
don't shut the door, you can't move.
Right, yeah. Which is a good, that's a good
So-
feature for us up there.
Yeah.
If you put
Because-
that, I'm sorry, go ahead, Rob.
Because a lot of times, there's only one of us, the rest of everybody's busy, so I'm down there doing something in the other containers, and I need to get out to move something or other, that slide up door is gonna be really handy, so I can get out.
And the locking mechanisms for the quick disconnect, that works slick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I put that one. And that one worked really well, and I like the way it was pretty simple, everything worked.
Right, and I like that, the one that we have, the
Very similar.
same way.
Well, the difference between this one here and this one, like a little hydraulic, this is straight up hydraulic. So you don't have to worry about solenoids and stuff in there, I guess, so.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, no, only thing that we found was it needs a camera.
Needs a backup camera.
We feel there that, in the situation when people are walking around you and stuff
Yeah.
there. And I'm sure the insurance company would love to have a camera, so, Ed has negotiated a camera, which is, a few $100s.
Yeah, when we talked on the phone with that conference call, I forgot all about it, because that was on my list, and it just kind of, when we was talking about it, it went over my head.
Anybody that's ever run a skid steer realizes you can't turn around and look behind you.
Right.
Unless you're an owl, you know, so it's the only way you can do it, because there is no room to move
Right.
inside them. So a camera is really quite important to have.
Yeah.
So other than that, it was a pretty nice rig.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna work out well.
yeah. So now we just gotta figure out how we're gonna buy it.
Can I ask a question about this door that opens up this way? You said when you're dealing with brush, it's great, it won't break the windshield, but couldn't it potentially hit the audience?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, not a big deal, we can get rid of it.
you don't have one now, do you? You don't have a window now, right?
On the rental, I do, the old one.
The old one, yeah.
Oh, and then the other one had the
Yeah.
window, okay. I guess it's-
So,
Yeah, well,
I'm just
it-
curious.
yeah.
it's
Well,
gonna
I
be
mean,
mandatory when my people are pushing brush up, that will be down
Thank you.
for safety
I'd
wise.
rather break a window than.
Yeah, right, exactly, because there's been times that the stick's gone through or into my knee or whatever. So, yeah, my crew will be, it was only gonna be two of us operating it anyway.
And you get Will to push it up when it gets big anyway,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Right, when I get tight and he comes.
You're more like just pushing it forward
Right,
as opposed to.
yeah, and just kind of,
Yeah.
pushing it back down,
Stacking it,
because
so.
people don't like
Yeah.
it back down in there, so they put it up top and I push it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
we just gotta figure out how we're gonna pay for it.
yep.
So,
So can we award the bid to this company contingent on approval of funds, just so I can at least notify and
Yeah.
know the calls coming in?
yeah, I think that'd be a good
Do
idea,
a
so.
motion contingent on approval?
Yeah, I'll make a motion, I don't have the model number of the machine, but.
You can just say the MB tractor
Okay,
for
Um,
bid.
yeah. I'll make a motion,
Bid adjusted for the camera?
yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we, award the bid for the skid steer to MD Tractor, I believe it's a model 165. Does that sound right, Dave?
SSV 65,
That's the biggest, the largest number on there, right? There was two.
70, 75.
It's a 75.
It's a 75.
The 65 is flat tire.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's the 75. For the amount that they quoted us, plus the camera, he said it was $500. So we'll get an updated contract from them, but.
Second.
55, 819.
All in favor? Any new business appointments?
Well, hold on, please. So what are we doing about,
Do you
money?
want that
Get that.
contingent on approval?
It was
So we
contingent on
got,
approval.
right, so are we scheduling a special town meeting, or what are we doing? Wanna think about that for a week?
How much time from when you decide to have a town
I
meeting?
mean,
does it
legally,
take?
you only need 7 days, I mean, and we really
But
should
you
have
gotta
more
give
than
notice
that,
to the
right.
public and.
And the Warren Finance has to make a recommendation.
Okay, so it's.
You know, you're a few
like
weeks out
6
anyway.
weeks or?
I wouldn't say 6, but we could probably do it in 4 weeks if,
But we cut the rental for another month.
27th.
so if we
Right,
actually
October.
extended it one more month.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
I
that, sorry.
just, yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
So we got it for one more month.
Yeah,
How long is it gonna take to get the new machine?
I think they'd have
Was
it
it in
within a
stock?
week or so.
I would think so.
Yeah,
All right, so we gotta come
Yeah.
back from that, so we can get the rental back.
So we really gotta decide whether or not we gotta set a date for whatever we're gonna do here. Problem is, we're still waiting back for one other thing, but maybe that could be a deadline, help us out on that deadline.
okay. So I
Does
can,
this have to be done in town meeting or can it be done by ballot? Have we got a ballot, well, the election in November?
30, you have absentee ballots out 30 days, yeah, you're gonna be, you probably don't have time to put it on a ballot.
It has to be done at a regular?
It's gotta be done on a regular, cause, yeah,
Well, November 5th, so that would be, absentees would have to be available by October 4th. You have to sign an order, I mean, do you really want it by secret ballot?
I don't know, I was just trying to avoid a town meeting.
I mean, all right,
It
You know,
gives
you
us
get-
another- it gives us another month with the rental. if we do that.
Yeah.
Let me find out what's going on with the other.
We have to have a public hearing too.
If you think a town.
Yeah, we gotta have a public hearing.
You'd have to have a public hearing
Okay,
too
so
if
that's
we
not
did
gonna
mail
work.
it,
Yes.
so.
Okay, it sounds like it's not gonna work, Jennifer, we're gonna need a town meeting.
And are you looking at doing that on Wednesday night, just at 6
I would do it on
o'clock at one of
Wednesday
these?
I would do it as Wednesday night before the meeting.
Well, no, I mean the special town meeting, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, why can't we do the same thing?
No, you can't, I'm just asking. Okay. So I'll put a timeline together for you for the next meeting and see where we fall with the other one.
Should we notify Warren Finance and have them
Well, they have to.
stick together, but notify them
That
right
we're,
right
yeah.
off and let
So they
them
can at least call a meeting.
get their works
They're
together?
really per policy 10 days out to schedule a meeting.
Yep.
Do we have any vacancies on the committee or just
We have-
alternates?
Well, two, they're both alternate positions.
Alternates, so the committee itself is full?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Appointments.
I'll make a motion to appoint James Chadbourne to the Conservation Forest Committee until June 30, 2025. Does anyone want to speak to that, or are we all set?
I'll second it, I do know him.
Okay.
Yeah, I interviewed him, very highly qualified, has great perspective, and I think would be a great addition to the committee.
Heard a second, all in favor?
And probably we should have that comment first. There's Wayne Bouchard for the Cemetery Committee. Anyone want to speak about that?
I interviewed Wayne last week, week before, I think it was. He's doing a lot of work with them anyways. He's their tree guy, he takes down what they need, he hauls it off. So this would just give him, one more thing to do for them. I
Okay,
think he'd be a good addition.
so I'll make a motion to appoint Wayne Bouchard to the Cemetery Committee until June 30, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
When you say he's their tree guy,
He's been doing a lot of that tree work in the cemeteries.
my insurance and liability, all that popped up, I wasn't aware.
He's not doing that as part of the committee, though.
No.
That's an effort for those
He's
folks
going
that are...
on the cleanup days when they're there.
Does he work for a company, is he being compensated?
No, he's just doing it as volunteer.
Okay, good, awesome. I was concerned.
Okay.
Awesome, then.
What would you like me to do with this? Read it, Jennifer,
That's the
or?
next item on the agenda.
Oh, okay, so who's taking this? Me?
We'll move down here. Okay, we're going down to Cascade Air Systems.
Okay. David, you want to take it? You want me to? What do you got?
Well, actually, this would be Wayne, right?
So we put the bid
No, it's
together,
really
he
not
sent we can get to it, because we basically, I rewrote basically what he said.
Wayne,
So-
you now have your new system?
Yes, finishing touches are being put on right.
Great, so it'll be operational very soon?
Yep.
So the old system can be removed
It's already
soon?
been removed, it's out of
Great.
the way, because we had to install a new one where that one was.
Well, we talked about this at a previous meeting when you indicated you'd have this surplus, and we said we wanted to put this out and call for bids for this, 4 Cascade bottle, what is it, Phil, 4 bottles?
That's the storage it has, 4 bottle storage.
4 bottle storage, but it's basically a compressor that is used to fill pressurized tanks?
Correct.
Okay. So the motion is for the board to approve putting this out and request bids for the purchase of this item as a surplus item.
Sale of the item. For the sale of the
The
item.
sale of the item, yep.
We have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Okay. Good. Sign anything? Here. Put that in the record, I guess. Okay. EMA resignation.
So we received an email from Rick Smith indicating that he's going to be, or he is resigning from the EMA position. A motion to accept it, and we'll have discussion in an executive session.
Move to accept the EMA director's resignation.
Second.
All in favor? Freedom of information request.
So we received two Freedom of Information requests. The first one is dated 9/5, of course we didn't meet last week, saying, "Good morning, please find the attached Freedom of Information in regards to a fire incident that happened on or around August 23rd at 328 East Shore Drive. And looking for any information regarding that." We went to myself and the fire chief, and the fire chief did confirm that there was no fire at that address on or about that time, so we've already replied to that one. The next one is a Freedom of Information request from an individual looking to submit a Freedom of Information request for 284 Goose Pond Road for an animal welfare complaint that would have been made on or about the end of June of 2024. That was the time when our previous animal control officer had turned the phone in, remember, a couple weeks earlier before his appointment. I had the phone, and we were working with Brandon, me, the new one. There were no such calls to the town of Acton in any respect to that address, and I already replied. Checked with all three parties. Tom, can I have an appointment?
So we'll do public comment before we go into executive session. So, is there any public comment? No? Okay. Do we hear a motion on the executive session?
I move that we go to executive session, MRSA 406, 6A1, personnel at 6:23 PM.
Second.
All in favor?
Do we expect any action when we come
No.
back? No.
Do we hear a motion?
I move to come out of executive session, MRSA 405, 6A1, personnel at 7:14 PM.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, do I hear a motion?
I move to adjourn at 7:15 PM.
Second.
All in favor? Good night.